different than you're going to see or hear anywhere else. There's a reason for that, and as I go through it, I'll explain that to you. Most beginners are taught something that looks like this, and they try to plunk the serve into the net. Hate that serve. You're never going to have that serve ever if you come here. It's just very beginnery stuff. You can only do one thing with it because you're hitting it way out here. I want you to try something completely different. So I want you to line your feet up this way. I want you to pretend there's an imaginary line of your toes going into the middle of the box you're serving into. So on this side, the toes line up into that box. When I'm serving into this box, my feet are going to be more this way, with the imaginary line going off into that box. But we're here. So I want you to line up so you're facing your hips and your shoulders this way, almost like you're skiing down the baseline. I'm skiing that way, not towards the court, that way, and that's the part that's different. But the reason we do that is, like many other sports, I want to take your arm away from your body. So like a tennis shot's on the side of the body, a golf shot's on the side of the body, a baseball hit's on the side of the body. No one hits baseball that way. You gotta get the body out of the way, right? Hockey shot, same thing, comes in down on the side. So I want it on the side so your arm is away from your body. So you're gonna bend a little bit comfortably at your knees, and then I want you to go way over on your back. So you're gonna go back down here because your contact point instead of your waist is gonna be at your knee. Very important. We're gonna try to take the average bounce on the other side down. By doing that, when you hit on the knee, watch the bounce here. When I hit this ball, it bounces about 3 feet off the ground, right? If I take that contact point down to my knee and I hit it, it now bounces a foot off of the ground, right? Not hard for you once you learn the serve, but way harder for them. If your average serve is a low where it's a foot off the ground instead of 3 feet off the ground, it's going to be much more difficult for your opponents to really attack your serve. So you want to create a harder, lower average serve by doing this. So again, feet here, the stance is everything. You're going to be down here, and then everything I teach has a little component of wrist. So I'm going to watch my wrist. We're going to roll it back and snap it on the ball. Roll it back and snap it on the ball. So all the power from this serve comes from your upper shoulder and your arm and your wrist, right? Not from a body turn. Lots of people try to turn the pickleball serve into a Tennessee kind of serve and try to create power with a body turn. But the problem with the body turn, it's very easy under pressure to just duck it into the net. Number one, it's also pretty close to being illegal. A pickleball serve must be belly button down. The rule actually states belly button down. So you have to hit under. So if you're hitting around your waist all the time, you're really getting close to maybe having the illegal serve. You're also not allowed to hit over it and down. The serve has to be from up and under. So this makes sure you stay from up and under. Now again with the back, I have an old creaky back. So just like I want you to bend where it's comfortable for you. So you don't have to go all the way down to your toes or anything, just comfortable. For me, that's my comfort spot. Yours might be a little higher, a little lower, but just go where it's comfortable because I want you to be able to serve consistently well for a couple hours without hurting your body. This is much easier on the body mechanics. It's easy on the body and your arm, and you're not putting any strain on that arm, so you can serve well and consistently hard for a good couple hours. Again, when you serve this way, that shoulder is really close to that leg. I don't know how often you've hit your leg when you try to hit a serve, but it's easy to do. That leg's in the way, and that shoulder gets tight. Lots of pickleballers have issues with their shoulder right here, right? This will eliminate that. Now the shoulder will bend the way it's meant to bend. So if I was a pickleball robot right now, and I was just dead straight metal guy, and all I had was this, just that, I can still hit a decent serve just with that, right? Just like this, right? So imagine if you have your full balance and your time to wait, and you can take a nice full backswing, and the serve just lines up, bang. Look how nice how low and firm that stays down. right? This serve is not difficult. It's just different. So I'm encouraging you, we're gonna hit 2 or 3 buckets of these balls. So I'm really encouraging you to try this and see the result. Once you get it, we'll learn how to hit it deeper. And a second class, we'll learn how to slice that serve. And we'll learn how to top spin that serve. But all that comes from right down here where your opponent won't see what's coming. Lastly, what I want you to do when you get down here, I want you to pretend in your mind that your paddle is gonna hit the ground. You don't actually have to hit the ground, but I want your wrist down. Tennis players in particular like to take this grip and take this serve up and try to turn this into some kind of a forehand, but it's just not repeatable under pressure to serve that way. You're serving down. So your paddle's facing down the whole time. So you're just lifting it into the court. The little wrist, you're just lifting it in the court. So you can just do this all day. Again, the power doesn't come from a body turn. You're gonna have to resist that. The other thing people say, Mark, how come I'm looking this way? How can I serve into the court over there? Well, you know where the court is. You instinctively know. When you sit here, you can look 10 times if you want to, but when you hit it, your head has to stay down. When you make that contact, your head stays down. The minute you hit it, you can look up, but you have to make that contact first. If you swing and pull your head up, which is pretty common, you're gonna miss the ball. It changes the flight of the paddle. So head down. So, all right, so we're gonna hit 2 or 3, 4 each, 2 lines on both sides here, and we're gonna hit a whole bunch of these. And just practice it, just try to get it in the middle of the court, roll the wrist back, snap it on the ball. Roll it back, and snap it on the ball. That's where the power comes from. And you notice my body turns a little because my arm's attached, right? But I'm not creating the power from a hip turn or a shoulder turn. It's just right in here. Right in here is your sweet spot. Just snap, and snap, and snap. Once you get that, I have thousands of players in the Bay Area that use this serve. It's well known as a WAG serve, and you can go to any park or any club around here and you're gonna see WAG serve. So please give this a good try. All right, let's go.